Total assets for the ex-wife at their divorce. Now in 2005, money $1.8 million. What did Ben get in 2005 money? $51,000. He had to pay her just for being alive up until she got remarried over 10 years later after they were divorced. Absolutely crazy and insane that he agreed to all of that. Now, what you're going to see on the right side of this page is all of the child support information. And if you add all that together, then you get the $4 million. But we're going to listen to him in a second here describe what really got him into hot water during all of this generous giving to his ex-wife.
This accounting comes directly from a 2016 court case, one of many court battles I was in with Betsy. And anyone is free to dispute this accounting, but I think it's pretty accurate. So Betsy and the kids received a little bit more than $4 million, not the $5 million that I had estimated from memory in the first video. So that's my error. Now, of course, the counter to this is the money is good and all, but it doesn't make up for not having a full-time dad in the home. But remember, I lived just down the street from the kids in LaGrange, a bit more than a mile away. Then in 2011, we bought a house in Willowbrook, Illinois, which is an 8-minute drive away. Then in 2012, Betsy got remarried and moved about 1 hour north to a North Shore suburb. The kids were older by this point. Peter was in college. Tori was a senior in high school. Maddie was also in high school. Olivia was in middle school. I would make the 1 hour trip north at least once a week to see the kids, to see whoever wanted to hang out. Often that was just me and Peter hanging out. The girls typically wanted to hang with their friends. Teenage girls generally don't want to hang with their parents. They want to hang with their friends. But sometimes they would come out with me and Pete. And there really seemed to be no problem. Yes, there was 1 year when Tori would not come out and would not talk to me. That lasted a year. Then one day, Tori did come out. I said, "Great, you came out to lunch today, Tori. You haven't talked to me for a year. Has something changed?" She said, "No. 1 year of not talking to you is enough. Now I'm here." So I thought, cool. I've turned the corner with Tori. And it seems to have been 1,000% great with Tori ever since, for like the last 12 years or so. But here's the issue. Apparently they really do think that I abandoned the family. They think this because it took me more than 2 years to move to LaGrange, Illinois, where I could be just down the street. That's true. Maddie is right about that in a way. So let me go over the reasons why. And this is where the story really gets insane. Okay, so Betsy and I got separated in 2004, then divorced in 2005. Also, we were living in Virginia at that time, just outside of Washington, D.C. As part of the divorce agreement, I agreed to allow Betsy and the kids to move to the Chicago area. My plan was to follow Betsy and the kids there. This made quite a bit of sense because Betsy's family were there, and that's where Betsy is from. And I can work from anywhere. I'm a writer and a creative type. I create advertisements for a living. I can do that anywhere. So my plan was just to follow the kids from Virginia to Illinois. But I also agreed to just give Betsy essentially all the marital assets. I left the marriage with $0. Well, 3%. That became zero after paying all the lawyers. Now, of course, I agreed to all of this. And I told you, I made literally every mistake in a divorce that a guy can possibly make. I thought giving Betsy $1.8 million at the get-go and leaving myself with nothing would buy peace.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nope.
Was I wrong? And everyone told me I was absolutely insane to agree to this. But I wanted Betsy to be a stay-at-home mom, as she had been. We agreed that that would be best for the kids. I wanted the kids to have a mom at home when they came home from school. So I didn't want Betsy to have to work while the kids were still young.
He probably also didn't want to drag out the divorce any longer than what it needed or have to be. So he's probably just like, well, take all of this and I'll just make it back up again. And you can move back to Illinois and I'll just come right after.
And I wasn't worried about money. I was confident I could always make back the money.